Every day is one thing or the other with UK immigration. So the government has just responded to the last election that was held in the UK, just as expected. So we're going to be going to the details of the information the government just released, how this affects migrants, and what this means moving forward. So stay tuned. Let's go straight into the details. My name is Tochi. Welcome to my channel. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up as you're watching so it can reach more people, and kindly share it to everybody that needs to watch this. To all my returning subscribers always coming back to watch my videos and sharing, you guys are amazing. You're welcome back to today's video. If you're yet to subscribe, I honestly don't know why you haven't yet. Please click the subscribe button right now. It's free and it's easy. The government have just released something very, very important that we need to know. Just when we were wondering, oh, what would be the government's reaction to the last election? What would happen? Because we know that last year when something similar happened, they responded by giving us a shocker, by giving us some tight immigration rules to still show that they are in charge. And now they just did by releasing some numbers for us just to show people that they're in charge and they are working, and you know the promises that they have made, they're going to deliver on their promises, and that they're actually bringing down migration. Because it seems like immigration is like the most important thing for the government right now. It's the only thing they keep talking about, even though they have other issues, but I think immigration is on the top of the list. So let me just quickly show you guys without saying too much. Guess what, guys? You know that you can help your dad, you can help your father win up to 6 million naira courtesy of LemFi. All you have to do is very simple. Send £1,000 or 1,000 euros or even $1,000 in a single transaction to Nigeria between the 5th of June and the 16th of June of 2026, and help your dad stand a chance of winning this amount of money, because we have to celebrate our dads. You know how they say that we don't celebrate fathers enough, only mothers are celebrated. This is your time to celebrate your dad and help him win this huge amount of money. Winners will be selected randomly. I'm going to leave the flyer on the screen. Good luck to everyone that will be participating. And guys, please continue to use your LemFi to send money back home. LemFi is an app that you can trust. They have one of the best rates you can find in the market, so you'd always get your complete value for money. Okay, so please, if you haven't downloaded LemFi, do so right now with my code TOCHI when you sign up. So yes guys, back to the video. The government just released this. It was published by the Home Office and the Office of National Statistics, right, showing that immigration numbers have dropped, and the government officials have posted it across all their social media platforms, their handles, just to show that they are working and this is the result they have achieved so far. Like, they talk about it like they're so proud of their achievement, and that's all the immigration rules, the immigration changes and everything is bearing good results. So here it goes. It says UK net migration drops 171,000 in 2025. Lowest since 2012, excluding pandemic. So it states that two sets of data on UK immigration dropped this morning. Both the Office for National Statistics and the Home Office shared releases covering different time periods. So data revealed that net migration in the year to December 2025 was 171,000, its lowest level since 2012, excluding the COVID pandemic. Meanwhile, the number of asylum seekers living in hotels while waiting for their claims to be processed in the UK has fallen by a third in the 12 months to March 2026. But alongside this, statistics show a rise in the number of small boat arrivals, up by 3% in the year to March of 2026 as well. So the government has been quick to claim victory. If you listen to the Prime Minister when he spoke, or if you've seen any of the posts that they made on social media, please let us know in the comment section. What did you think of it? When I just saw that, I was like, yes, it's finally happened. Like, it's something that we anticipated. It's something that we expected was going to happen. And this was it. We don't even know if this is just the only thing they're going to do. They're going to do more. We don't know. But it's something that is expected. With UK politics, so far, from what I've seen play out in the past, we've seen this. So we are not even surprised at all with this response. Okay. So the first time it happened, they actually tightened the laws. And now it happened again. They now came to give us the result of those laws that they tightened, and, you know, the plans, the proposal, everything they did that is actually bearing good fruits, and they're so proud that the government is working, changes people voted for, they're seeing it and everything. And in the comment section, people are actually applauding them, that they're doing really well, that people are seeing the results, even though some people still think that the numbers coming down are exaggerated, that it's not exactly as the government is saying. So there was just a lot of mixed reactions from people, as expected. When things like this happen, you will still see people that are standing for you and people that stand against you. It's just what it is. So yes, the government is so proud of this victory and they are quick to claim the victory. The Prime Minister Keir Starmer touting the data as evidence that it is delivering on its pledge to introduce a skills-based migration system, while Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood declared that it was restoring order and control to our borders. So I even saw the tweet by the Prime Minister where he talked about, that they are going to introduce skills-based migration system and they will stop depending on low-skilled migrants and all of that. And people also responded, like people commented, people had mixed reactions to that. Some people talking about, those people you now call low skill, that people that you once depended upon, you once opened your doors to come and solve, a crisis, a job crisis or labor crisis you once had. So there was mixed reaction, like I said. Some people had different things to say about it. So guys, I honestly want to hear what you think about this in the comment section. So they're actually very happy that net migration has dropped to the lowest they've ever seen in a long while. We know how they talked about how it increased to almost 1 million, and there was uproar as well. A lot of people kept talking. There was even protests. Guys, it was really serious. If you guys were following the news and following everything, people reacted. There was demonstrations all over the UK and all of that. The government assured people they were going to do something about it, even though some people lost hope in the government and wanted to try another party. And that was why you saw that Reform Party actually won major seats, most seats in the UK and all of that, and then the government is now responding by saying, see, we're still on top of this thing. We're still delivering, okay? People should not lose hope in us because we're still working. Now, there was criticism from other quarters, like we already established, because there's always going to be criticism, including from Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philip, who said that British citizens were leaving the UK on a massive scale, driven by Labour's high taxes, and that immigration from outside the EU was far too high. Amid warnings from the Migration Observatory, a high-profile independent research centre, that the net migration fall is likely to be temporary, the government says there is still more to do in meeting its pledges on migration. So, and you guys know that there's still one very important aspect of migration that we're all still waiting for, because they've said they will do it and we're just waiting for them to now give us the final decision, because everything that happened after that announcement has happened. From when they released the white paper announcing that they're going to increase time for ILR, change a lot of things. We signed petitions, there were debates. In fact, I think it was 2 or 3 debates concerning the same issues. They even brought out consultation, asked us to say our minds, what we think, everything, all that has happened. The consultation now even closed in February. It's now up to the government now to come out and tell us exactly what they have decided from this thing, from everything that has happened so far. And aside that, they've still said here that they still have more to do. Now, this was a report by BBC. Guardian also reported the same thing as well, saying that net migration to UK falls by nearly 50% after Labour's vow to cut numbers. If you see the words that Guardian even used here, it says that this will be seen as a boost for Keir Starmer's government, and this is politics, right? Both Labour government, Conservative, Green Party, both Reform, all the parties, they're all politicians, and everybody is just doing all they can to remain in power or to go into power. And it's quite unfortunate that immigration is on the top. In fact, I think it's even the number one, because it seems like that's all they talk about every single time. So the figure was down 48% year on year from 331,000 in 2024, extending a sharp decline from a record peak of almost 1,944,000 in 2023. Now, if you guys remember, they said it was about 1 million or something, and then it now came back and said that the numbers were exaggerated, so that it was false, and now gave us this number that it was 944. That was like the real number. If you see the graph here, the data here just shows everything in numbers. From here, 2022 is there going up. This is 2023. This is the highest. So it's now coming down. It's been coming down since then, and it's still coming down. And the government said they are not even relenting. It says that they're still going to do more work to make sure it comes down. Okay. So who knows what next they're going to tighten? Who knows what new rule they're going to bring to make sure it comes further down? Who knows? So ministers have promised to drive down the number of people moving to the UK and end the use of the hotels by the end of this parliament. Migration has become a key political battleground against the rise of Nigel Farage's Reform UK. Oh my goodness, can you guys see that? So it's just what it is. Like, everybody can even see that this is exactly what's happening. The number of nationals from outside the EU arriving for work-related reasons fell by 47% in 2025, which was the main cause of the continued fall in net migration. Over the same period, overall immigration fell slightly as well. So there has also been an 87% drop in the number of family members of international students granted permission to enter the UK since 2023. Restrictions on both routes were introduced by Rishi Sunak's government and then tightened further by Labour's former and current Home Secretaries Ivy Cooper and Shabana Mahmood. So the number of people claiming asylum fell by 12% in the year ending 31st of March to 94,000, Home Office data showed, but remain high compared to with previous years. Grants rates for initial asylum claims continue to fall from 49% in the year to March 2025 to 39% in the year to March 2026. So the data also show that the number of asylum seekers housed in hotels fell by 9,800 in the first 3 months of 2026. This was primarily due to a reduction in the backlog of initial asylum applications. They've also said, the migration advisory also said that migration is down now, but the economic impact depends more on who is or is no longer migrating than how many. So you're saying who is coming in or who is not coming in. That's what the government should be more interested in right now than how many people are actually coming in, if that makes sense. You get. Many people mistakenly believe that net migration is rising in Britain, despite figures dropping to their lowest level in years, a think tank has found. So Keir Starmer is saying, the Prime Minister is saying, see, we're delivering, we're working, these numbers are coming down, we're showing you guys the numbers, so you have to believe. So Mahmoud is also saying that there's still work to do, and that is why I'm introducing a skills-based migration system that rewards contribution and ends Britain's reliance on cheap overseas workers. So the Shadow Home Secretary is also telling the government, they're urging the government to go further, to do more, to bring down these numbers. It's not enough. They're not impressed. Yes, they think they are working, but it's not enough. There's still work to be done because Brits are living on a massive scale and non-EU immigration remains far too high, he said. So guys, this is exactly what is going on, and this was just published yesterday. Okay, and trust me to always keep you guys informed, to always give you guys the latest news and just to know exactly what's going on, because you guys know, like I always say, if you're well informed, it will help you make well-informed decisions. You will plan ahead and know exactly what to do. So guys, have you been following the news? Let me know what you guys think about everything going on in the comment section. I'd like to hear from you too. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.